We've made over $5 million at our content agency with me just doing 1 hour working in the business per week. Scaling your content agency isn't the difficult part. What's difficult is having to work 10, 12-hour days, but this does not have to be the case. That's why in this video, I'm gonna show you exactly how you can scale your content agency by just spending 1 hour per week managing it. So what I see a ton when talking to content agencies is they begin to grow and scale and they're getting more clients, they're doing more videos for their clients. But the problem is every time they get a new client, it stacks more work for them as a content agency owner. And what happens is they get on this hamster wheel and end up burning out because they can only handle so many clients because there's so many hours that they can physically edit videos, post videos for their clients, and they end up having their business run them instead of actually running their business. As content agency owners, we need to learn to run our business like a CEO would run the business. So the first thing that we need to do is we need to productize our offer. As an agency, what we need to do is we need to sell our time and our expertise in the most efficient way possible so that we can be more profitable and not be bogged down in client fulfillment every single time we close a deal. Let's just say we're doing 15 videos a month. So what we want to do is we want to reverse engineer our offer into a step-by-step process. You're not just doing 15 videos a month, you're likely doing a lot more steps involved in actually doing the videos. So what I'm going to look at is I'm going to say maybe we're going to do like a strategy call once a month with the client, and we're going to talk to them about their strategy and give them content ideas. Then we're going to plan the content. Maybe we're giving them content ideas and we're giving them what they actually need to shoot and send over to us. Then we're editing the content, and then maybe we're also going to do the posting as well. So now what we need to do is I want to look at this from a point of view where it's like, firstly, who can I plug in to help me with this? Let's just call it a creative director. And then maybe this is a call, 1 hour a month. Then we're planning the content. And let's just say this is the creative director doing all the planning. Maybe let's do it 2 hours a month. Editing the content. We're gonna plug in an editor to help out with this. And with 15 videos, we're going to use a tool like Submagic and make this super efficient to edit the videos. So this should take no more than 2 hours a month to edit the videos. Lastly is posting the content. Maybe we have a social media manager posting the content, 15 videos a month. That would be 7 hours a month. So now what we can do is we can begin to look at our offer not as just, oh, I'm doing 15 videos a month, but we're coming up with a step-by-step process that's involved with getting our clients 15 videos a month. And now how we look at this is we say, how do I find a creative director that can run the strategy for my client and also plan the content for them? How do I find an editor that can edit the content for my clients? How do I find a social media manager that can also post the content for my clients? And this becomes your team. What a lot of agencies do is they say, I'm gonna do all of this and I'm gonna do everything because I want to control everything and I am the best at everything. And it's like, no. So once we productize our offer, all we need to do is we need to figure out, okay, how much can I pay for a creative director? What would a creative director or a strategist cost? Maybe you're doing this for now and then eventually you find somebody. The editor, how much is that going to cost? Social media management, how much is that going to cost? 7 hours a month to post the videos. Now we need to just reverse engineer this and create systems for each person, for each step, and that becomes our productized offer. If we think about a company like McDonald's, the reason they've been able to be so efficient and so profitable is because they have such dialed in systems and they can smash millions of hamburgers every single day. Same thing for us as an agency. After we productize our offer, what we need to do is we need to productize our client acquisition. What I see a lot is people are relying on word of mouth, referrals. They're doing like a bunch of different like ways of reaching out to people, and there's no real consistency there. And the problem with this is you get into this series of feast and famine. Now that we've productized our offer, we've opened up capacity that we can look at our offer and we can say, I can now just hire people to help me out. But in order to create consistency and have consistent growth at your agency without you just burning out or being on a consistent hamster wheel, we need to productize our client acquisition, meaning we need to create predictability. Word of mouth referrals is not predictability. Posting on your social media is not predictability. Doing outreach every now and then is not predictability. We need a predictable way to get new clients. So there's a few ways on how we can predictably get new clients. First is going to be outbound marketing. So this could be anything like sending cold DMs, like on Instagram, Instagram or on LinkedIn, depending on who your client is, or it's using a tool like Instantly to send cold email at scale. So what we want to think about is we want to have a scalable way to reach out to new people. Just like I looked at the offer, we need to look at our client acquisition in the same way. So from the cold email perspective, what we can do is hire an appointment setter to actually set appointments for me. What we can do is we can then have appointments set for a salesperson to actually close the deal. Probably going to be you starting out, but we can plug in people to a system that we can then do. The fact of the matter is that outbound works if we stick to it and we hit the right amount of volume and we have a system in order to be successful with cold DMs, be successful with cold email. So another way that you can get clients and productize your client acquisition is paid ads. The beautiful thing about paid ads is you can spend money, reach more people, and get more opportunities. That's why Meta is a multi-billion-dollar company. They have access to data and we can leverage that data to get in front of the right customers. I like to do a DM ad. So for example, I would say something like, hey, if you're an online coach or consultant or whatever the avatar is, and you want to become more known, but you're struggling with being bogged down by video editing, DM me the word edit and I'll send you more information on how we can edit all your videos. And you start a conversation in the direct messages. And then from there, you can set appointments on a calendar from the DMs. So if you have budget for paid ads, this is a super effective method in a modern way to build a relationship with someone in the DMs. And again, same thing here. We want to look at this from the perspective of how do I productize this? How do I make this efficient? We plug in appointment setters. And the third way is content. And I like to say you want to become a client of yourself. So what you're going to see is like if you're running paid ads, if you're running outbound, what your client journey is going to be like is they're going to check out your social. They're going to check out your edits. They're going to check out your product. And if you're not walking the walk, they're going to look at you and be like, oh, I don't want what your social media has. I don't want what your brand is. That is how we can productize the client acquisition so that we can then remove ourselves from it, but still maintain a predictable amount of leads. So once the clients actually book a call, what we're doing is we're having the appointment setters book this on a calendar. And what we just need to do is we just need to have a discovery call. And from there, 25 to 30% of calendar appointments you should then close. So now we can reverse engineer how many leads do I need to get in order to make X amount of income. And eventually what you'll be able to do is you'll be able to hire a salesperson to take these calls and close the deals for you so you are no longer in it. And that has how you productize your client acquisition. The third thing that we need to do is we need to productize fulfillment. I see so many agencies get so bogged down working in their business and not on their business. They're pretty much working a job because they haven't been able to productize their fulfillment so that you can improve efficiency at your business, handle more clients, and ultimately be more profitable. So the question becomes, how do I productize my fulfillment? And I'm not frustrated with my team. I'm not frustrated with them not performing well. The reality of the situation is that there's no bad teams, only bad leaders. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to look at my offer. There's really 4 different pillars to fulfilling this offer to getting our clients a month of content. I need to look at this and I need to say, what do I need to create so that the strategy is streamlined, the planning of the content is streamlined, and the editing of the content is streamlined, and the posting of the content is streamlined. And to me, we use a tool like Notion to create what's called a standard operating procedure. And a standard operating procedure is basically a training on how to fulfill each pillar of the offer. So what I'm going to do is I'm simply going to go to a tool like Notion and I'm going to create a standard operating procedure. I could create like a table. And this is content ideas for XYZ client. So maybe you come up with a bunch of ideas. Maybe there's like a reference video. So what we need to do is we need to figure out what is our process for coming up with a strategy, and then how do we train that process to somebody else. And what I love to do is I love to just create like a Loom video inside of Notion, and I can simply paste a Loom video with a task down below. And what my team can do is they can then just follow the instructions in the Loom video to figure out how to do that specific step of the video. So that way, when they have questions on how do I come up with a strategy for the client, everything is laid out right there. So that would be the strategy and planning. We need to create standard operating procedures for this. So what is the standard operating procedure for strategy and planning? And that way we can just hire people to follow the standard operating procedures. When it comes to editing the content, we want to make this as efficient as possible, because if we're spending more time than we need to, then it's just going to be cutting into your margins. So what we use is we use a tool like Submagic plus an an SOP in order to teach them how to use Submagic. We can edit videos extremely fast for our clients. I can click new video, I can drag and drop the video that the client sent over to us or that we film for the client. And what it's going to do, it's going to be able to create a project for our specific client. So for this folder, this is all of my videos that I've created in the last couple of weeks. And what we can do is we can just simply click into it. We can trim the video. We can cut out any dead space. So if there's dead space right here, I could literally just like split the clip. Cool. And I could remove this completely so that if there's any dead space, if there's any editing or tweaks that I need to train on, they can look for that. Split. And the beautiful thing about this too is that Submagic has AI remove silences and AI remove filler words, and then I can save it. I can go to edit, and literally with pristine accuracy, the captions will be added. There's sound design that can be added. I can go to captions and I can edit any of the captions that I need to. I can add sound design if I wanted to per section. I can even add B-roll for each section as well. So if I click on B-roll, I can click here and I can type in edit, and what will pop up is a library of people editing videos. If I wanted to apply this right here, I can go ahead and do that. I can add GIFs if I wanted to. All we need to do is we need to just train our editors on how to use this, and all they just need to do is click export, and the video edit is done in literally 5 minutes per video, which is going to make you more efficient and ultimately more profitable. You can also do a title, you can add a description for you, etc., add music, all of that good stuff. Next, posting the content. Going back to SOPs, we just need to create a SOP for posting the content. So let's just say we have a database inside of Notion. What we can simply do is we can create a page and we can name it X client content. I can create a table. We can have all of the content from here. We can add in a database of like date to post, and I can change this to like a date, for example. And then what we can do is we can train the editors to drop the videos here. They can literally just upload the videos right here. We can also add a caption section, and this becomes the database that we're then posting from. So let's just say test video. We're gonna post this on the 16th, upload the video. This is the caption, and we can simply just drag this down. Perfect. So if you're doing 15 videos, obviously this would be 15 videos. What we can also do is we can create a calendar view inside of Notion where we can see all of the different videos inside of the calendar. Basically, the social media manager, all they have to do is they have to log into the Notion page, find the video, find the caption, and go ahead and post for the client. Or you could get a scheduler like Later or Buffer and have the social media manager do that with everything from a centralized hub. Pretty simple to do. We just need to create the process based off of our offer. That makes it really simple to fulfill. That is how we productize the fulfillment. It's basically you setting up your team for success. Again, there's no bad teams, only bad leaders. After we've been able to productize our offer, productize our client acquisition, productize our fulfillment, the last thing that really comes to play is simply scaling. At first, if it's just you as a freelancer, we still want to build our offer as if we're going to delegate absolutely everything. And then once you start getting busy, you can say, I'm going to offload the editing first. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to create the standard operating procedure that I've been doing with Submagic to edit videos extremely efficient, and I can plug in somebody to do that. That becomes your job as you begin to scale. And when it comes to client acquisition, maybe you're starting with the appointment setting. And once you get to a point where you're bogged down doing appointment setting, what you do is you plug in appointment setters. And eventually you will have a team that is running all of the fulfillment for you. Maybe the only other thing that I would consider to hire is someone that's a project manager to oversee everything and make sure that the system is working as needed, which you can find for a very efficient cost. Scaling is just building a team to run the systems that you've built. And that is how you can scale your agency with just 1 hour of work per week. And if you're interested in using the short form content editing tool that I used to be extremely efficient, you can click the link down below in the description. And if you don't believe me that running a short form content agency can make you a lot of money, go ahead and click on this link right here to learn how I was able to scale my agency to over $200,000 a month. Thanks so much for watching, guys, and we'll see you on the next video.